everybody. Hello, hello. What's going on? Let's get some music. Am I live? Yeah, I'm live. All right, we're good. What's going on? Just make sure everything's all right. I think we're good on my end. First time catching a stream? Well, welcome. Thank you for coming. So you guys want to know what the hell I'm going to do today? You want to know what I'm going to do today? I got a bunch of screenshots from the movie Dark Crystal, which is, or the series Dark Crystal, not the movie one. I'm going to do some studies. Who's behind me? Nobody. I think I'm boycotting answering how I'm sleeping. So I'm boycotting that one. There's literally 2 brushes that I use. Let's find where. Okay, there we go. That's one scary mofo you're gonna draw? Yeah, it's the Skeksis from Dark Crystal. You might be seeing a little bit. Oh wait, let's move that. There we go. Just getting a little bit of the wall. Am I ever scared of my own drawings? I mean, sometimes I draw weird shit, so yeah, I guess so. Please don't ruin the tradition of How Did I Sleep. I'm sorry, man, I gotta ruin it. I'm boycotting it. The only reason I'm not showing the reference is because it's going to take up too much space on my screen, but I can send you the cap that I'm using. Hopefully that link works. Yeah, there we go. He's ugly as hell. He certainly is. That's the best part about it. It's Dark Crystal. They got some great ugly ugly designs. I love it. Dark Crystal is a series. Well, originally it was a movie from the 70s by Jim Henson, the guy that did Sesame Street, and it was like kind of a more adult fantasy kind of thing, like Lord of the Rings, or a little bit more like epic fantasy. And they recently brought it back, and they did such a cool job of it. It's very inspiring. You should watch the series if you haven't. You can start with the series also. I started with the series and it was fine. Puppies, where are they? The puppies left. They're not back. Also, scale. Just gotta scale up. Have I seen? No, I haven't seen that. All I gotta say about about 4chan is they should get a hobby other than sitting around and talking shit. Splash art is anything that like a loading screen or something like along those lines. How to do splash art? Well, that takes a bit of practice. You gotta just work on your illustrations. There's no correct way of doing master studies. You just try to get from it what you can. That's good enough. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. I'm a little tired, but I'm doing alright. What's going on, people? Should I go to visit a doctor if my favorite brush is the round one? No. Round brush is fine. Color study? Yeah, that's basically what's going on. Wait, hold on. If we go through all the gum roads and practice them all, would that make me ready to land a job in the industry? No, definitely not. That's just step one. I am doing a color study from dark crystal. What's step two? Well, then you just got to keep making artwork and gradually improving. Think of it like, okay, if you, I don't know, if you were learning a sport or something and you learned how to dribble really well, you're not necessarily ready to compete in the NBA. You have to like play games and practice and that sort of thing. Or, I actually test your skills a little bit. That's a self-portrait, yeah, it is. You like my beard? Thank you. What's up, my main guy? What's going on, dude? Start with a little bit looser on the brush. I'm making a video about optimal times and all that stuff. Although I don't know if it's gonna have the answers that you're looking for in it. If you watch Dark Crystal, this is a Skeksis, that's what it's called. How to prepare? Just make a bunch of illustrations. I mean, that's kind of what I'm working on now. Just trying to make illustrations that I like. And that process involves like doing a lot of smaller thumbnails, color comps. There's line art under it. I just did a pretty loose line art, but I usually go directly with color. I don't like to go back and forth. Yeah, I'll take care of that Gumroad. Sorry about that. How's it going? I'm doing all right. Can you get a shout out? Yes, you can. What's going on? America military. Wow, I never thought the America military would be here in my live stream. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, America. I don't use any custom brushes for my line work. It's just a hard round brush. Just the hard round basic brush. Nothing crazy. Yeah, I'm using a pen display. It's a Huion Canvas GT221. Sorry, that name always confuses me. Is it some sort of Moonkin Druid you're painting right now? No, it's a Skeksis from Dark Crystal. It's a great series. You should check it out. It's on the Netflix. It's the best. Super cool stuff. The lighting is really awesome. It's all handmade puppets. It's fucking amazing. So cool. So cool. Should definitely check it out if you haven't. Yeah, it's the general. It's going good right now. I'm chilling. How many hours do I draw paint today? It's a certain, I don't know, maybe like 6, 7. Sorry. Just reiterating someone's question, is it possible to use warm colors for shadows? Yeah, of course. If you have a cool light source, your shadows are going to be warmer than... So if you have like a blue light, your shadows are going to be warmer. So you could use reds for your shadows. I actually did that in my last Gumroad video. There will be a YouTube version of that coming soon. So if you don't want to pay for the Gumroad videos, you can get the abridged version soon enough. Got to make that education available for everybody. What do you see when you close your eyes? Darkness, typically. If I spend some time imagining stuff, I'm sure I see things. I don't think there's any particular order to learn your fundamentals, to be honest. I get that question a lot. I really think it's just maybe perspective and form. I don't know. Perspective is a good one. I thought that was the most important to start with, but you just gotta pick and just start learning stuff. And you know, it'll gradually get easier and easier to figure out what it is you need to learn. Hey, what's going on, Sam Peterson? How you doing, buddy? Is this a Skeksis? It certainly is a Skeksis. I hear Marshall Vandriff is coming on the pod. Well, I got to actually do the podcast. You know who I have been talking about doing the podcast with is Scott Flanders. He's known as Shape Carver on Instagram and all the other stuff. He worked on a bunch of games like Evolve and a bunch of cool stuff. He's a really, really nice guy. So, and we had a lot to talk about, so I'm excited to chat with him. Ever obsessed over a pattern or rug or wallpaper, wanting to make a character out of it? Yeah, that's actually a really good idea to use silhouettes and stuff from random things. This guy, Gary Villarreal, who's a really wonderful artist, I saw him use like a spit globule as a silhouette, which is awesome. I haven't stopped mech sketching. I'm just because I'm doing it at night in my sketchbook now, so it's still going. It's just not going for you in the sense that it's not, you know, you guys can't see it, but maybe I'll go back to it. I've been wanting to do some painting since I think that's probably my weakest point. So yeah, other books other than Scott Robertson, let's see. For anatomy, I really like I like Michael Hampton's book, but Bridgman is great, and the Loomis book I think is awesome. Framed Ink I think is one of the coolest books. That really like was the first thing that I saw that gave me any idea of what the hell composition was. I think that's a great book to look at, even if you're not going to use those things just yet. It's a really, really good book to get a sense of where you can go with art and storytelling. I'm not a big fan of the Hogarth book, to be honest. I feel like it lacks in explanation, and The style is very like bubbly and the shapes are kind of ugly. Frame perspective books are very, yeah, they're really good. The whole series, that, how do you say his name? Matthias, I don't know how to say it. Maybe it's not even Matthias. Tontoro, that's a great comment that you left there. Ethan Becker told me not to do anatomy, then don't do it. He's got his points about that. I mean, I think personally, for me, it depends on what you want to do. Like for animation, I think it makes a lot of sense to use very, very simplified anatomy. And in general, I think it does. But I've found that my simplifications have gotten a lot better based on knowing it in arguably way too much detail. Also for things like what I want to do, which is like Magic the Gathering illustration, you'll notice a lot of the anatomy is very emphasized, so there's a little bit more of that like classical anatomy going into it. So it's totally up to you. I think he's got a lot of very good points, but I don't think like the way he draws would necessarily work well for like a Magic card, you know. That's why I think what you do is very, it should be, like what you focus on should be very end goal specific. Again, I'm going to talk about that in the next video. I just wrote the script last night. Stop insulting his dog. Yeah, I gotta stop insulting his dog. I just have this fucking problem where I just can't hold my mouth. Do most Magic cards have similar styles? No, I don't think so. There's a lot of different styles. It might blend together maybe because, you know, when you're viewing it on the card, it's so small. But the artists that do the cards have very distinct styles from each other. This song's so good. Do I have fears? I have fears. I don't always incorporate them into my drawing. New video on world building. I do want to do that. That's kind of a really big goal of mine. I just think it's going to come out like shit. That's kind of it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Alright, now let's merge all this together. Let's get some hard edges in there. How do you world build though? Well, you write a story, try to put together props, characters, that sort of thing. It's not easy. What's a nice standard brush size to start practicing drawing? I have no idea. I I just do everything based on traditional, but the brush size is going to scale based on your canvas size, so I really don't know. Just try to set it so that it feels like you're drawing on paper. It's really the only advice I could give on that. Do I find backgrounds easy to draw? Well, okay, do you mean backgrounds or environments? I kind of have this issue, or not issue, but like a lot of people will ask me about backgrounds versus, but they'll actually mean environments. So in this case, all this shit back here is a background, right? All this stuff, in which case backgrounds are pretty easy to draw when you're doing a close-up view like this. If you're talking about environments, that's much harder to draw because then the focal point is the environment itself. In which case, I find environments harder to draw than characters. Do you ever get tired of answering the same 100 questions? Yeah, there's times, and then I take a break, and then I'll come back at it. You know, I gotta, for me, I gotta expect that it's different people each time, so I can't be too butthurt about it. And I should be thankful that you guys want to watch. It's really, really kind of you. Artist that I look to for world building. I think Brother Baston here on YouTube is like the best at it. He's so good and way too humble. He thinks he's terrible, but he's so fucking good. And I don't mean that being humble is a bad thing. I mean that he's just so humble that he won't even like, he wouldn't even come on my podcast. He's like, oh, I'm not good enough. I was like, what are you talking about? What's wrong with you, dude? You're so good. Am I going to kill Proco when he comes out with the perspective course? No, I don't care. I want Proco to do as much stuff as he wants to. The more education out there, the better for everybody. To be fair, or to be honest, I don't feel like teaching perspective anymore anyway, so... And I'm pretty sure Marshall's the one doing the course there, so why would I... Marshall's my man. I would never get upset at Marshall. It's Marshall's videos that really taught me perspective in the first place, so... I don't think Marshall just helped with the course. I think he made the whole course. That's what I gathered from him talking to me about it. Is that a John Park brush? I don't think so. Is it Greg Ruthowski or maybe, I don't know how to say the names. Hold up. It might be John Park's brushes. Hold up. I only use 2 of them though. Is it John's brush? It's, Jama Jabarev, or however you say his name. And I use 2 of the whatever 100 brushes are in there. Why mom doesn't take my art seriously? Well, you gotta get better, and then she'll take it seriously. And a lot of parents don't understand that you can make a career out of art, so you gotta give them a little bit of slack on that. I don't think my parents took my art seriously, and then I was just like, well, I'm leaving school, so that forced their hand. How to avoid getting a very digital feel to your art? I think if you go into each brushstroke knowing or having an intention behind it, it doesn't get messy. And you think about it like traditional, where it's like thinking about edges and shapes and that sort of thing. If you ever feel down, just remember I dropped out of school for art. Yeah, I that was fucking difficult. Dude, that was an awful day. And I don't talk about my family very much, but you know, they're they were serious about me going to med school. I have never been more terrified in my life than that day. I don't think anything I'll do will ever be as scary as that, to be honest. I don't think it could be. Made the right choice though? Yeah, thank you. I think so. Even as a doctor, if you don't enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. And that was what a couple of doctors told me, which I really took as a sign. My friend's sister is a psychiatrist, and she was saying, if you see yourself doing anything else, you really shouldn't do this. And I was like, that's a really good point. Because I was just there kind of because I got in. Like, I was just like, well, I have the grades to do it, so I guess I have to do it. But that's a terrible reason to do anything. You should never base your entire life off of something because you have the capacity to do it. That doesn't. You should base it off of what you want to do in life. Where to find friendly art friend to friendly compete with? I would say server, like Discord servers and stuff. If you don't have real life friends. Real friends, that one hurt. Sorry. I'm just saying. I've noticed that art people are really bad at making friends. It's kind of crazy. I'm not excluding myself from that. It's just funny that that's the thing. But really good at making communities. I think, well, the internet's easier for some people because they don't have to talk in real life, but This is a study. Made a lot of good artist friends through Discord. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely meet real people in communities like that. I find that for me, I like the fact that most of my friends aren't artists, because it kind of like grounds me back in reality a little bit. You know, like I feel like all my life is focused on doing this thing, but then when I hang out with my friends, it's like, okay, let's get back to, the fact that we can relate on things that don't just have to do with career. Especially if you're doing this, like, I do it all day, every day, so it's kind of, at the end of the day, I don't want to talk about it anymore. You don't have to buy a Gumroad to be in the Discord server. You can just join it. You don't have to buy anything. Non-art people are impressed by bad art? I don't think that's true. I mean, maybe sometimes with the whatchamacallit, with the whole modern art craze, but I think the truth is people will go to museums and they'll be like, oh wow, they'll look at this like blank square and they'll be like, wow, that's so impressive. But then like, as soon as they see somebody actually do like a nice figure drawing or whatever, or drawing from life, they're just like, people instantly gravitate towards that when they see it happening, because they're not used to people actually doing art. So if you actually draw stuff, they'll gravitate towards that more. Is it hard for me to judge my own artwork? No, I think I'm pretty good about it. I usually err on the side of being like, probably being a little bit too harsh. I don't like this right now though, I will say that. Have I been practicing drawing at card size? Yeah, kind of. That's why I have this a little bit zoomed out. It's like how you have to be a musician on some level to enjoy music to its fullest. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if you really want to understand like the technicalities behind something, that's true. Because yeah, you won't really ever understand how much effort goes into something if you don't do it on any level. don't really have a good answer for transferring perspective skills digitally to traditionally, because for me it's the same idea. I don't see how it doesn't translate. It's like if you're drawing traditionally and you're drawing digitally, ideally you'd be using the same techniques, I would imagine. Have I ever tried psychedelics, man? I'd be interested to see in how you visualize those kind of experiences. Yeah, I've done mushrooms a couple times. To be honest, I didn't get a lot of crazy visuals, but it was more like feelings and emotions in a really awesome way. It was very profound and awesome. But I haven't tried the LSD, which I think is a bit more visual, so not tried that. I'd be interested to find out also how that would be. Yeah, there was like movement and stuff of I guess shapes, but it was more, yeah, I would say more emotional than anything. In a good way, not in a bad way. I am a full-time artist. That's all I do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream, Damien Fate. I don't know why I'm shouting you out specifically, but welcome. Why not? Any tips on how to be more anxious? Yeah, just overthink everything. My day is going well. I'm hanging out, doing some art. Always a good day when you get to draw all day. Let's get a hard round for this. Do I watch the Onion News? I mean, I've gone on the website. I didn't know they had a show. Do I always draw enjoy drawing. There's times I'm like not in the mood and I take a break. You don't have to always be in the mood. Kind of want to push this lighting a bit more. There we go. This is a study from the show Dark Crystal, it's called. Thought the lighting was sick. I love the design of the Skeksis. They're so crazy looking. So there was a lot in this scene that I was enjoying. So I was like, let me paint it a little bit. Trying to look at the thumbnail version to see what generally I'm trying to look to see what I'm overcomplicating. It's easy to do that with paint, to like make it too complicated. Let's tighten up this down here. It's really underneath the chin that's bugging me the most. Do I draw on paper all the time? Yeah, I wouldn't do just one or the other. I feel like all your digital stuff should be reinforced by working traditionally. Do I think artists can simplify too much? No, I think there's just some people like styles that are simpler than others. I don't think there's a too much in that, really. Unless you're just not drawing anything and it's like You're just drawing like a line and then that's it. And then being like, there's my masterpiece. And then we're all like, okay, Picasso, calm it down, buddy. Calm it down. There we go. I'll lighten up underneath and darken as it goes up. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Yeah, YouTube notifications are not very good. They will tend to make you miss things, but that's okay. I'm gonna go for a bit. I think you can also rewind on YouTube as well, if you wanted to. You feel personally attacked by this painting? Yeah, it was specifically against you, so it's probably good that you feel attacked by it. What do you have against Dark Crystal, man? Dark Crystal is the shit. Why am I drawing Will Draw for views? I don't know, dude. I just missed him, so I felt like maybe it was a good idea to sketch him. To be honest, this looks like Ted Cruz. That ugly son of a bitch. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, I see the resemblance. Definitely see the resemblance there. Take that, Ted Cruz. This is my Ted Cruz fan art. The freakiest porn I ever made. Shit. I don't want to talk about it. Shit, I just closed the window that I was studying from. Well, let's move on to another one. My advice for drawing is to get extremely attached to everything you draw. Yeah, there you go. Will I do a series on being self-taught? I'm doing a video that kind of discusses that a little bit. Unless I missed sarcasm. That was all sarcasm. Don't do that. Yeah, let me take a moment, because I just want to take a break. The best advice for drawing is don't. Ah, shit. All right. Let's draw. Hello, I hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, we're having a good day. I can't share my brushes because they're not even mine. I just randomly grabbed a bunch from other artists, and most of the channel that you see me painting is just hard round. It really doesn't matter what brush you're using. I realize this drawing looks like nonsense right now, but it'll make sense in a little bit. We'll make it work. Goldberger says it matters to him. Sorry, buddy. Is this an abstract piece? No, it'll make sense in a second. It's starting out kind of abstract though. It's kind of like a scattered environment. I'll put in some values and it'll start to make sense. We really need to get Ja Rule's opinion on the art game. Can someone get Ja Rule? I don't think I can. I don't think I have that capacity. I'm pretty sure he hates art though, he told me. Do I keep a sketchbook with me when I'm out and about? Yes. Yeah, it's an environment. Apparently, Will Draw for Views has an issue with starting abstractly. But I get it. When you can't draw, it's kind of difficult to imagine starting abstractly. I understand. I know the concept is very confusing for you. Got him. Got him. Don't worry, I'm friends with him. No, he doesn't suck. I'll keep telling him that he doesn't suck as long as he keeps taking lessons with me. You forgot to dab, James? Shit, I did, you're right. My only source of income is leaving. Yeah, I better not upset Will. Here's a quick recap of our lessons. This fucking sucks ass. You're a trash. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how it goes. I'm glad we have such a friendly relationship. I think I'd be nicer to you if you didn't come in stream and just talk a bunch of smack the whole time. But you insist on doing it, so I'm gonna smack back. A ringing endorsement. He keeps coming back month after month, so he's either a glutton for punishment, he's enjoying the lessons, or he's in love with me. We don't know yet. Oh, that painting was Victor Adame. He's not an old master, though. He's, I would call him a new master. A new master's academy. Yeah, I'm painting everything in the same layer. I like to do that, and then afterwards I kind of isolate out shapes for to like make hard edges and stuff. I'll isolate out certain shapes and I'll make new layers with those shapes. Yeah. Please draw Batman and Joker. I pretty much never do any comic book related stuff. I'm just not really that interested, personally. Why don't you draw it and then you can share it with us? How's that sound? Because I don't feel like doing it, to be honest. Taco Bell's a mediocre fast food restaurant? Oh, you would never say that. How dare you? Is it a mine? It's like a I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this like shanty house thing. It's pretty complicated, but I'm gonna try to make it work. And you know what? If it doesn't work, it don't work. We move on. See how it goes. I can do some Zelda at some point. Let's just see if this actually goes anywhere. Or just stays a mess. But I think we can, with a little bit of work on the edges, we can clean it up and make it work. So we'll just keep at it for a bit. No more puppies, unfortunately. Alright, let's add some layers now. Shit. Following the Dragon Ball Super manga. Nope. Nah. Not focused on that. I like anime. Definitely a fan of like Berserk, some other animes. I was really into Cowboy Bebop when I was younger, but I don't keep up with it really. Bet you love the 2016 adaptation? No, I haven't seen it. It's starting to come together slightly. Slightly. Just have to get some hard edge shapes in there and then it starts to make a little bit more sense. Alright, let's do this. I'm just gonna black that out. Lock transparency on that. As a guitar player, what do I think about John Frusciante? I think he's awesome. His guitar work is great. Yeah, so now let's cut from this. So like, I'm gonna go on the original paint layer. I don't know if you guys can see my layer. No, you can't. Let's bring the layers over here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the base paint layer, and then I'm gonna lasso out shapes from there, so that'll help me get some of those hard edges. And then I'll duplicate. And then for some of the softer or lost edges, I'll cut away in a little bit. Could I turn up my voice? Let me see. I don't know if I can actually. How's that? Is that any better? I don't know. Thought I was maxed out here. I'm too quiet. I mean, I'm not really even talking that much, so I wouldn't worry about it all that much. I'm kind of just chilling. Maybe you got to raise it on your end also. That could be the issue. Jesus Christ, that was loud. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I think it's Belho or Beljo. The stream schedule's now it's set for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be the same each time. So we'll make it consistent from now on. kind of quiet here. Yeah, it's all right. I don't mind quiet. You think Sticky needs attention? Yeah, maybe. I get it. Everybody wants their attention. Yeah, I know there's some buzzing going on there. I think it's because I'm trying to turn up the mic too loud. I think I have the gain up too high. Let me know if that helps it out a little bit. But you can complain on the first time, it's alright. Okay, good, good. Yeah, I just turned it up before, and I think it was, I just turned it up too high. Thanks for your help. Nope. Let's do one of these. Do one of these. And one of these. drawing a environment scene that's pretty complicated, so I'm trying to get a workflow that makes sense for it. How to remove perfectionist mentality. Make a lot of mistakes and be okay with it. Just do stuff that's out of your comfort zone. Do things where you're guaranteed to make a lot of mistakes. Make a mess. Oops. Have seen Death, Love, and Robots. Pretty awesome. Usually like to do the master studies in the morning. Just take you guys along on my practice of learning things that I suck at. Oh no. Oops. Do I work better in the morning? It changes from time to time. Sometimes I like working at morning. A lot of times I like working really late at night. All right. I feel like there's just so many things in this scene. It's the other way around. Value is not affected by color. Color is affected by value. There's the Skeksis. Alright, let's go back. Flip it. Yeah, I should flip it. It's getting too complicated, Cold Burger, but yeah, I gotta flip it, you're right. When you say flip it, I always flip my drawing. Good. What's the goal of this session? To suck a little bit less. Oops. Nope. Wrong there. Oh, that is actually above there, never mind. Alright, let's try to get our values better. I want that composition to read slightly better. Just merge it all down into one layer again. Try to simplify things. I think a better approach would be start with a darker base of things. There's a lot of, like, it's pretty dark and then there's a lot of pops of highlight. So I started kind of in a stupid way, I think. Did I hear that Moderndayjames channel got hacked? No, I did not. That really sucks. Oh, Christ. Alright, I'm moving on. That was a difficult tackle. I'll revisit that one. God damn. Let me turn on my AC also. I'm sweating bullets. Let's do another, art can do that. Yeah, it does it. Alright, let's do another one of these Skeksis. I'm painting from, whatchamacallit? Dark Crystal, it's called. Yeah, it's great. You should definitely check that out. Yeah, the problem is I got too caught in the weeds with the details too early. There was a couple issues. You think it's easier to build from dark to light? Not always. It depends on the scene. In that scene, it would have been easier. Also, I change it up. You know, I like to darken. Like, if it's a light scene, then I prefer to start light first. Yeah, as long as you don't confuse yourself. All right. Anthropomorphic bird, yeah, basically. That's how I would describe the Skeksis. You guys gotta watch Dark Crystal if you've never seen it. Do I think painterly brushes need a different approach? Maybe. My approach is kind of, or what I'm attempting to do is start loose. A brush like this helps me get softer edges. So like the roundness here on the snout area, I'm like placing in the highlight and then gradually fading that out. And then I'm gonna cut in some more hard edge shapes. And then later on, I'll refine all the silhouettes. I know some people will lasso out shapes and then they'll use soft painterly brushes in those shapes, so that helps them keep a hard edge. Everybody's got their own little way of working. You just gotta try out different things. But I think you can use the same approach with the circle brush, so I don't think it makes a difference. To actually answer your question. It's here, this track. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for hopping in. What's going on over there? What'd you say? I am. Yeah, this is gonna be the last one. God damn it, Will, shut up. You're so obnoxious. I've just taken to ignoring you. You gotta get a hobby, my friend. Hello, hello. Well, as expected, the character-focused ones are coming out a lot better. But I just get fucked up with environments. Yeah, people will leave. It does say there's 212 people watching. I don't know who the hell's watching, but if you feel like watching, thanks for sticking around. Maybe my streaming software is lying to me to make me feel better about myself. Kohlberger says he watches. People are watching on Mixer. I got one follower over there. It's great. Yeah, you see, Will, unlike yourself, people actually draw while they watch the stream. They don't just sit and try to harass the streamer for 3 hours straight while procrastinating. Sure I am. Sure I'm in the corner of the iPad. I'm sure I'm actually just taking up the whole iPad. And yeah, I bet you Mixer does give you free subscribers, because nobody's over there. I mean, who the hell is watching on Mixer? Let's go to... I don't want to listen to that. Let's listen to the Faceless. It's fitting for this kind of creature here. For this Skeksis. been into art for 4-ish, 5-ish years. I drew a bit when I was younger, and then I left school and then just went full force at it. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I am 28. I left school at, I think I was 25. Was I 25? Maybe 24, I don't remember. I don't really know what the canvas resolution is. It doesn't particularly matter unless you're printing. So unless I'm thinking about that, then I don't really think about the dimensions too much. Do you think daily exercises like boxes, lines still should be done? Even drawing much depends on if you're comfortable with it or not. If you're not, then I would do it. But if you keep drawing and then you're encountering perspective issues, then you got to study perspective. But if you're not encountering those issues, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. Why do you keep doing these profile shots of you? Sorry, buddy. What the fuck is this weird orchestral shit that they're doing? Alright, Faceless, you're taking yourself too seriously. Am I freelancing or YouTube content? I mean, right now I'm just practicing. This is just the old practice. I guess I'm streaming, so technically that's some YouTube content creation. C curve on his arm is drawing a lot of attention. Well, then let's knock back. Let's do one of these bad boys. Make it less important. Do I get frustrated while painting? I just did earlier. And I gave up on the painting I was doing. So yes. I think that's natural. Unless you don't have emotions, in which case, then maybe you don't get frustrated. Was it because it was warmer than the rest of the shapes? No, it was because the edge, the contrast was too high and the edge was too sharp. So I just lost the edge a bit and lowered the or I raised the value of the shadow so it wasn't as dramatic. And then it didn't look as extreme. Alright, because anywhere you have really, really hard edges, it's going to kind of draw your eye. So the idea is like, you know, balancing where you want your main focus and hard edges. Obviously in the face, that's where I want most of the attention, so that's where the hard edges are. Overlay layer with gradient for the focal point. Oh, nice. That's a good idea. Try that out. What's the worst advice anybody's ever given me? Pretty sure some people on 4chan probably just told me to give up, so that's probably the worst advice you could have. I don't really understand the point of the site. Is it, do people like actually learn and critique each other? Like how, because like in my Discord server, we have a lot of people that talk and like work on their art together. Is that the point of it, or is it just is it just to be an asshole? I don't really know what the point of the site is. Site is a reflection of its management. Oh. Guess that makes sense. Yeah, it just seems like they talk a lot of shit about everybody, even artists that I look up to, like Ahmed and Cynics, and I think Ian McKeg even. I was like, what? Yeah, I mean, I guess if you just like externalize all your shortcomings, it's kind of hard to grow as an artist. Like, you know what I mean? Because really, the only reason why something's not turning out good or whatever is just your own abilities. I don't know. I feel like if you just externalize all that, then you're kind of not really spending the time to think about what's going on with your own artwork. That's part of the reason why Will Draw for Views is not going to be a successful artist, actually. That's one of the big reasons. couldn't get them to come on the live stream. They didn't want to they didn't want to come on the live stream. Yeah. There's no sense in engaging in that though. Hello, hello. If you want to get the access or the archive of streams, you can subscribe on Patreon or Twitch. Opinion on Clip Studio Paint. I never really used it, so I don't have much of an opinion on it. Is it possible to have a conversation farting with the armpit? I hope so. I've yet to successfully do it, but I hope that's the case, that you can do it. Do I recommend practicing without any sound in the background? I like having sound in the background, so just do whatever you find works. I feel like I'd be a bit of a hypocrite saying practice with no sound while listening to metal. This is not Magic the Gathering, this is Dark Crystal. Why do you get that I hate you? What makes you understand that now? I did read Color and Light. I think it's a good book. It's not like the most practical, right? There's no like practical exercises to do in it, but there's certainly a lot of principles in it that help. Because if I had a student that was funnier than me in every way, I couldn't take it. It's more like if I had a student that was obsessed with me, I wouldn't be able to take it. You literally copy my sketches every week. So maybe you're funny in that way. Funny in like, in the way somebody with special needs is funny. You know? I know I'm not supposed to say that, so let's not say that. Nobody said anything. Kohlberger just says retarded. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. Alright, I think I'm done. I'm done streaming. It's time to eat some food, have a little bit of lunch. Alright, that was fun. We did a lot of Skeksis. Multiple Skeksis. Thanks for tuning in, Kohlberger. Everybody else, no thank you. No, you guys are all welcome. Can you show us quick what you did? Oh, it was just these two paintings, and then I fucked up on the other one, so we're not going to share that one. There you go. Sign off with the burger. Kohlberger, are you streaming right now? Because I can send all these folk over to you. Oh, hold on. Now you only stream on Saturdays? Oh, alright, cool. Alright, let's raid somebody anyway. Let's do it. Actually, you know what? Never mind, I don't care. Alright, guys.